Hi everyone, it's Fiona from Futureproof Your Kids. Just coming to you with a little tip to check your settings after you've updated your iPhone to operating system 9, and then there's been a couple of patches, security patches, which are important to run as soon as you get those, because they often fix little issues that may not have been evident with the first release. But sometimes they turn on settings that you don't want turned on, and you just might want to check. The setting we're going to look at today is the one in regards to Wi-Fi Assist. Now, Wi-Fi Assist is a setting that Apple added so that if you have low Wi-Fi signal at home, perhaps, it will kick in with your database mobile and bring that signal right up to strength. And this is really good if you're in the middle of something and you don't want to lose any power. But it can mean that if you're on a sort of limited data plan, you might see some extra data costs come into it. So it's a good idea to turn it off, and particularly for your children if they happen to be on data plans that are quite limited, because you don't want to see any nasty bills. So all we do is we click on to our settings and we click on mobile data, and we go all the way to the bottom. All your different apps are there, and you'll see Wi-Fi Assist. If it's green like that is now, it means it's on. So we turn that off, and that's going to help eliminate some of those problems. There are other things that can be using up data, such as apps running in the background and that kind of thing. A couple of other things we'll quickly check. We'll just scroll over back to settings, and I'll scroll down to battery. Click on battery. Now you can have your battery percentage on, so you can always see the percentage. You can see up the top there it says 31%. When I turn off that, it's just going to save me a little bit more power, and I'm happy enough to see how much battery I've got there anyway, so I leave that one off. You can also turn on the low power mode, which will help conserve your power if you're not able to charge your phone, and that just turns off lots of things that run in the background and visual effects as well. Perhaps you've got a screensaver that uses up a bit of data, particularly if it's one of those lovely ones that move. So we'll turn that back off, and if we just scroll down a bit, we'll see battery usage, and you can see your usage for the last 24 hours and the last 7 days, and it's showing you which things are using the most battery power. For me, it's mostly Facebook. I do a lot of talking and work with clients, so I might be on my Facebook quite a lot. The home screen and lock screen for me is 22%. Now that'll refer mostly to notifications I'm getting. So if I'm doing a lot of chat via Facebook, that may be using up more, and other notifications from different apps. And if you want to get a bit more of a breakdown, you click on that little clock symbol to the right hand side, and it'll actually show you how much battery's been used by just having a on-screen time, and if there's any background time. So for me, Facebook was 1.6 hours on screen during the last 24 hours, but there's been 1.1 hours of background activity, which shows that I've been getting a lot of messages and notifications and things coming through my Facebook. So that might mean I go and have a little look at those settings to decide whether there's anything else I want to tweak. And if I want to do that, I just go back over to settings, scroll down to Facebook and the settings on Facebook. And you can see here that there's background app refresh I've actually got turned off. If it was on green, it would be on. I turn that off because that helps conserve power. I've got my mobile data on so that I'm always connected, but you may want to turn that off. I've got pretty bad Wi-Fi in my area, so I tend to keep my plan on, and I've got a pretty high plan, so it's not a problem for me. You can also look at the background app refresh on all of those different settings. You can actually go back to your general and scroll down, and you'll see background app refresh, and you can actually turn it off here for absolutely everything, or you can turn it on and then select which apps you'd like to actually still be able to refresh in the background. For example, my Dropbox, I'm saving client files and things. I want that to keep and images that I've created for clients. So I keep my carousel and Dropbox on. Other people may not do that. It does use up more of your battery and your data doing that. Particularly if you're uploading pictures all the time, that will use up a bit of data. So you might want to turn that off so that you're only refreshing those things when you're actually connected to your Wi-Fi at home. Now, if you want to check any of the other apps that you use, you scroll right down to your other apps, and you can look on any of these to see whether they're accessing mobile data or not, and what other settings that they're accessing. So you can go through all of your different apps that you use and check those at any time. So that's today's little tips. I hope you found this helpful and look forward to seeing you next time. See you later.